yeye alikuwa ananiita nifanye mugithi, hiyo part ya mugithi juu he could not akakuwa anaweza dance sana. He didn't have all the moves.
So wewe moves uko nazo.
Anajua huyu kijana ndiye atanipea moves pale. So tunaenda na yeye, he is the main MC, but sasa kunini ananiambia fanya
cheza ile kitu yako.
So sasa tuko hapa one day nimesota nimekaa hivi kwa nyumba nakaa hivi ananiambia bro kuna harusi kwa hapa mimi siwezi enda. Bana enda ufanye. Nikamwambia bana what do you mean? Ati enda ufanye tukenye unaonanga nikifanya. And my first wedding was in Karura.
Right.
I remember I was paid how much? 8k. Nikapatia huyo boy 2k. Nikabaki na 6k. Nikabaki na 6k.
Right.
It was in Karura.
Right.
And that family walikuwa by the time tunamaliza walikuwa wamebambika. I did like 4 weddings from them. Yes.
Marifarals too.
Marifarals too, yani. The brother and some cousins even. And at the same time, I met a guy called Kamjo.
Right.
Through MC Joe. Kamjo now is a corporate entertainment guru. As in, he's all that.
Yep.
And one, you might not hear him huku inje, but in the corporate world,
Wanamjua. Right.
And he saw me and he saw something, so I can use this in corporate because mimi stima ilikuwa ikipotea kwa harusi ati before waashe generator nafanyisha mama games na nini. So Kamjo was looking at me like nasema hapa kuna kitu.
Iko kitu hapa.
Akachukua namba yangu. He called me for an event. At that time it was called NIC Bank.
Right.
He called me akaniambia wewe kuja. Because there was other gigs I was doing. Saa 7 usiku I arrive at NIC. End of year party. Watu wamekaa huko hivyo chini wanafanya mambo yao. And then I took the stage. And within 5 minutes all the 1200 people, the 800 to 1200 wakakuja kwa dance floor. And we did amazing things from that day till today. The HR, if there's a party in NIC, or right now they're called NCBA.
Right.
I am the main guy.
Price is the guy.
Yeah, I'm the main guy.
Price is guy.
And so with that referral,
right.
I worked for NCBA. Jina inatembea.
Na ikafanya red card kanona.
Red card.
From 8,000.
Haijabaki 8,000.
8,000 sasa tukuji.
8,000 anakwambia acha nitume mtu.
Because unajua their season. Sasa mimi nikikula 8,000 na kuna mwenye anaanza. Si acha ya kule hiyo.
Tumpatie space na yeye ajijenge pia.
Yes, maybe mimi nikuje nimuintroduce alafu ya kule hiyo pesa unaona.
Right.
Yeah, because it's important to also respect seasons. Ukitoka place, wacha wengine waingie.
It is progressive. It's meant to be progressive.
Yeah. And because we are building an industry, you should not be the only one.
Right.
You should not be the only one. That's why sometimes as much as kuna wase kwa industry maybe wanaweza kuwa na maroro, but I'm like if you are alone, you don't have a voice.
Right.
That's why comedians came up with there's a whole industry now of comedians. Churchill builds a whole industry. Now us as we are building, I respect the legends who came before us.
Right.
Akina DNG, Akina Alemba, especially Alemba. And those are people Mimi I will never disrespect. No matter, let's say ataka tumekwaruzana. Me I will keep my nini because of what hiyo njia walifungua njia. Unaweza enda kwa baba ya msichana useme mimi ni MC na nakubali. Chukua mtoto wangu. Because kitambo haiko inakubalika hata ma DJ. Unaona kaangalia sema hiyo kitu iko na pesa kweli ama hiyo ni ya wakora hiyo. Yes.
But the pioneers made ways for you.
Yeah.
And I think your part ya mwisho umesema is very important because as you review your rate card and grow the industry, you're able to create space.
Yes.
For the upcoming guys, you don't need to compete with those guys.
Yeah.
But you can mentor them to grow.
Yes.
Lakini pia ina force hata game yako upeleke juu.
Kabisa.
So then you have to keep improving yourself, man.
Yeah, because you see, I realized there's an open space where there's something called, we can call it like a corporate hype man.
Right.
Yes, most companies were looking for that kind of person.
Right.
Corporate hype man.
Right.
It was not there.
Right.
And when the comedians were coming in, they were making them laugh.
Yeah.
but the hype part was not there.
Right.
And so they're paying a lot of money for comedians,
Right.
but they're still missing something.
Right.
And then in the middle, you see, when there were speeches, people are doing speeches.
Right.
And then sometimes they take so long.
Right.
They need somebody to break the ice.
Right. Right.
So that's when I came in. This guy called Kamjo told me.
So you identified a gap.
Yes. Yes. So when there's speeches, we check the crowd when they're getting tired.
Right.
They introduce me.
Right.
Apple there's even a main MC, but me I'm just coming in for the interludes.
Right.
Even the main MC call.
Right.
So
So you keep breaking this to monotonies like
yes.
this. Right.
Yeah. So guys now wanarudi wamechangamka ka engagement. Wamekuwa engaged dakika mbili.
Right.
Masi hapo wamefanya game mbili tatu wamefurahi wamerudi wamechangamka sasa hii.
Ka energy kamerudi juu.
Kamerudi, and then we kill it off in the end with some nice dance.
Right.
Some dances, some good music.
Right.
And then after that, jina ikaanza kutembea. This guy is giving you
referrals.
Huyu anatoka kwa hii kampuni anaenda kwa ile kampuni nyingine anasema bana nyinyi you guys don't know how to party. Let me call somebody.
Right.
And then at that time if they try calling a hype man from wale wanakuanga kwa clubs, they don't really fit in.
Right.
Because as much as these guys ni wadunda, they want to party, there's some sensitivity in the corporate world.
A corporate setting of some sort. Right. Right.
So I needed to morph and become what they want.
Right.
And how you relate with the CEO,
right,
and you go to multinational companies.
Right.
You know, there are some people who, when they enter a multinational company, they see a mzungu.
Right.
That's the whole thing they talk about the whole time.
The entire time, right?
The entire time, and some people don't like that.
Right, right.
So with that, it helped me form like a schedule for myself when I get to a place, and then how to prepare for such events.
Right.
And then some of these organizations started thinking, why are we paying these other MCs and we have this MC who's doing everything better than them? So,
right.
So how much will it cost you to do the whole event?
We just give you the whole event, run with it.
I was like, what's your budget? What's your budget?
Yeah.
Yes, because at that time I didn't know how much these guys are quoting up there.
Right.
But I was so sure, like akina MCJC, akina Jalango, Foneke, I was looking up to them.
Right.
They were quoting some top dollar, and I respected that because inafanya I also want to get there, even to this day. And there's some spaces where, and that's why I like Jalango. There's some spaces where I went, he was there, and by the time tunamaliza ananiambia hapa nimekuachia,
chukua hiki.
Ameniambia the next year I'm the one who's coming back to do the end of year party. And he's very okay with it. Ananiambia hapa sasa unaona sasa next year sasa nisirudi hapa pale kwako. And that space I'm the one who's coming back to collect your shilingi kubwa. Your top dollar. I'm like, yeah. Thank you, Jalango.
Right.
Yes, thank you.
So every time it kept opening a new door, a higher door, and we kept growing, man.
Yeah. And coming up, when nikitembea na the younger guys who are now coming into the industry, I've gotten guys wanakuja kwa DM. I've worked with a few, but sometimes you have to see the passion in people. Like when I started doing what I'm doing with Mo, DJ Mo, at first I was not getting paid, because he was looking at me to see if is there a passion ama kesho asubuhi nitamka niseme nini. So he was just facilitating, making sure I'm there. But with the time he saw and said, this guy is actually, this is somebody we can go. And then off the stage, you also need to be somebody who can come up with ideas, especially a corporate world. And also since DJ Mo, he was busy, let's say with TV, and he needed somebody to coordinate everything behind the scenes. Now I became that guy. So in a nutshell, in every events, I now knew this one here, this one goes here, there, and then having the mind, when you have the mind of I'm supposed to run a program, you can put everything together easily. So now you become an asset. When you come in front of a client, you are a solution provider. You're not just coming as a hype man. You're coming in as a solution provider, because they need entertainment. Now they don't. That's a problem to them. You're the solution. So when you get there, even when it's a bride or a groom, you ask them, do you have backup power?
Right.
We are staying here until what time?
Right.
If it's an event in Karen,
Right.
you know, Karen tunazima huwa inazimwa 6 and everybody in Karen akona number ya OCS.
So ukileta makelele past a certain hour.
Huyo kado yako tu huyo mwenye unadharau. Akona number ya OCS huyo. So you are there to advise them and tell them, hey, if you are in this place by this time, hiyo tutazima, kuna sherehe tutapiga. Juu kuna time inaletwa mpaka low mpaka mnasema basi tuweke tu simu. Yeah, so in a nutshell, you become a solution provider. You're not just a hype man.
Right.
And I've been to places with the system unit, with the Discman Njau.
Right.
And that's what I've been doing.
Right.
I even started a company called Audacity.
Right.
Just to offer. That is also a gap.
Yep.
Marketing concept, marketing and event concepts. Because out here, people no longer just want an event; they want an experience.
Right, right.
And even if you are selling your product out here, people want a different kind of feel to it, not just the normal way. Onanga venye gari ka road show kanapita and you already know what is going to happen. Tastopisha your track pale, taita watu watadance. Yeah. So my work is to make sure that there are different concepts of how they're going to launch, how they're going to enjoy themselves.
And how they engage with their customers as well.
Yes, yes. And as I do that, I bring also the other people. I have a few of them that are coming up. If I am not available, I usually call them. Ama pesa haifiki pahali.
Unafanya referral.
I recommend them.
What a little recommend.
Kuna wenye I had to carry.
Yes.
Because some of them were too rough.
Right.
They were too rough. They walikuja na mindset ya hype man wa club. Hype man wa club ama hype man wa zile events za mtaa. And I had to tone them down.
Right.
Tell them now we are dealing with the corporates.
Right.
So you don't talk to CEO the way you want, and you don't talk to HR, and also teach them the basics about events. If a client ama an employee, a staff member amekuchokoza, how to react, nini,
even dressing.
Yeah, even dressing,
how you dress, yes.
Cologne. Unajua pia kuna time ulikuwa unatembea na most of them were coming from being dancers, and dancers walikuwa na jina mbaya kwa industry. First of all, the way they eat, the way they dress. So you have to teach them first before you get them there, because utajipata na kesi.
Jua naangalia resonance ya hii crew na brand yetu. How they gonna flow in and etc. And
yeah, exactly.
But Anna, man, as you see him grow, you who's the closest, what do you think have been some of the greatest drivers that folks out there watching this, hoping to just follow in some of these footsteps, not necessarily just in his industry, but in which other industry? What are some of those tenants that you've watched him nurture, embellish, that get him to where he is today?
First of all, it's the drive and the hunger to level up.
Right.
He's always doing something to move to the next level, not just mediocre. Yes. So I used to tell him when alikuwa in NTV crossover, he used to do the show every Sunday. It's like it's his first time doing the show.
Right.
Like he has the same energy, even a year or 2 years doing the same show.
He has kept it up there.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So the drive and the hunger to anytime I just watch him on stage or doing his thing, he's always striving to do better and better and better. Yes. Yes.
That's my baby.
So unaipiga ni kama this is it, man.
Yeah.
At every show.
I was told that's how to do it.
Right.
I got advice from Njau and Mo. Those are the two people I think who I can basically say wamenilea kwa hii industry.
Right.
And there are people who have walked with me through the journey.
Right.
They've corrected me.
Right.
And ni wasa wanataka kuona nikigrow.
And you've been teachable as well.
Yes.
Right.
You have to humble.
Right.
You have to humble. Because if you cannot follow, you cannot lead.
Right.
Yeah, it's basically. If you cannot follow, you cannot lead.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Even King David, who was one of the greatest kings in the Bible, when he was under Saul, no matter who Saul was and no matter how much he wanted to kill him, he maintained the respect, he maintained the anointing that was above him every single day. He had opportunities, he had a very great army. Army yenye mse anasikia kukunywa maji, anasikia tu kiu. The guys go wanaenda wanapiga watu kwa wanakata watu wanarudi na maji, anasema bana wewe chapa hii maji. And then he doesn't do anything, he pours the water down. So it made him solidify his when he was on the throne. The threat to his throne zilikuwa very minimal, and there were things that he could squash. And just because of respecting the anointing. And that is what I told myself. I will always respect the anointing that is above me.
Right.
And at the same time, as I bring the other ones, also show them that this is how you're supposed to respect. Because if I don't do that, these ones won't respect me.
Right.
Right. So it's a chain, so that they also do that as to the others, that they will grow in the future.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Doing these things as a couple, Diana, in a world where marriages are really challenged. Tulicheki COVID bana, people just staying together for a few days was already becoming a problem. Now this is you guys together at home, karibu together almost at work. How do you hack this thing up, man?
In his field,
right,
I have tried to really support him,
right,
especially in terms of grooming.
Right.
Yes, because you know, the more he did these gigs and events, the more he got many more and bigger brands.
Right.
You see?
Right.
You know, the likes of KWS, the likes of NCBA, Britam, you know, where he needs to be well groomed, and
he's taking over the corporate space.
Exactly.
Right.
And even weddings.
Right.
He does high-end weddings.
Right.
Unapata wale wazungu na Mwafrika, you know, those nice
hizo ndizo wanachukua.
Yes,
hizo zingine anapatiana referral.
Kuna watu kuna shilingi huku chini.
You know, there's beach weddings.
Right.
You know, they pay for his flight and accommodation.
Right.
You know, so also me, I really.
Which means someone can grow. Juu tulianza na 8,000. Sasa tuko kwa beach weddings, ma
flights.
Kuna
wengine alikuwa anaenda dengine ananiambia pesa yenyewe ananipea inaenda tu kufanya CSR.
Hata nisaidie tu. Let me give back.
So I went out of my way.
Right.
Now I look for men's shop.
Right.
You know.
Right.
I have my guy.
Yep.
He looks nice.
Right.
You know, when he wears your clothes.
Yep.
Because also him alikuwa kidunga.
Right.
Mtu anauliza, hey, where's the coat from?
Right.
Where's the shirt from?
Right.
So I also saw it as, you know, this is a marketing opportunity.
Correct.
We can do value for value.
Right.
I got shops, and he worked with a couple of brands.
Label.
Yeah, Label, Kenda Sijile, Les Gents,
Les Gents.
Divine Collections, and he even Adiana earned pesa from it. Imagine. He even got a billboard.
Wow. Yeah. That was on Devin, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I tried to play that part, at least to support him.
Right.
Because there's no other way I can. Yes, so...
And that is important. That is absolutely very important.
So I have to make sure he looks good, and I know the kind of event anaenda. Come on, in the wedding, namuliza, what is the theme color? It's pink, you get a pink look. Corporate, you get a suit. It's a concert, we get a nice jeans, you know. Yeah, that's just how I came through for him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then during the COVID time, you know, he's such a brilliant guy.
Right.
So he has so many ideas, a lot. Leo ataamka akona hii project. Before ata execute, kesho amesha kumbuka ingine. You know. So during COVID tukiwa tu kwa nyumba, I used to hear him out, you know, text his diary, he jots down some things, he consults. I tell him, oh, this is a good idea. How about you do a proposal and reach out to this and this and this.
Right.
Yeah, and actually hiyo time ya COVID, the PSC tulianza sasa kuwa even more closer.
Right.
Because actually that's how I moved in.
Tell us about this moving in,
because it's a funny one. What happened? They used to live somewhere else.
Yep.
And yeah, somewhere else.
Right.
Kila mtu na kwake.
Right.
And so one time we are from a date.
Right.
We come from a date.
Right.
And then he drops me na Uber yake.
Right.
So he's going to get his Uber.
Yep.
Hapo tu mbele ya Strathmore. Ako hivi. Mtu akapita na simu yake shoo. Akakaribishwa Nairobi. So he was there stranded and all. He got a stranger and akanicall. So I felt so sorry for him.
Right.
I came back. It was around 9 p.m.
Right.
Nikarudi nikamwambia, oh sorry, you can be using my phone, we can be sharing the phone.
Right.
So I went to his place.
Right.
And that was like, I think on a Saturday or so.
Yep.
That following week, around Monday or Tuesday, the country got a lockdown. Uhuru akafunga.
Right.
So, nikasema, wacha tu Netflix and chill huku kwako.
Nama Netflix na chilling zikaanza.
Nama Netflix zikaanza. February imeisha. March imeisha. June, sirudi kwangu.
Ongeza tu nguo zake.
Nguo zangu nazileta tu. Kazi yangu ni kurudi kwangu nachukua tu nguo. Hadi landlady wangu anashinda, do you still live in my house?
I no longer see you.
I no longer see you. You
Right.
pay rent,
Right.
but I don't see you.
Right.
Akaniambia, bethe, mbona una waste pesa kwa rent? Na hapa tuko tu sawa, tumeadjust. Tumeona jikoni iko sawa, wewe bills haumi. As in tumepatana.
Tumeona hii kitu inaweza work.
Tumecooperate.
Yes.
So, hiyo pesa ya rent
tunaweza save.
Tunaweza save kufanya kitu kingine.
Right.
That's how nikaenda sign out. Nika move in 2021 mimba.
Evidence ya kuishi pamoja kaka. Prize man. And the rest is history. Prize man. Ulicheza kiwewe hapa tu.
Lakini sasa umejua pia mkikaa sana hivyo pia watu wataanza kuuliza huyu si ataenda. So you fasted one process as in lazima uweke subscription.
Napo na wanasema and they lived happily.
Yeah, so right now we are in the process ya watu wa kwetu na watu wa kwao. You know, it's a process.
You want to formalize this now?
Yeah, we want to formalize it.
Right.
So,
Tulishaanza last year.
Yeah.
Right.
Tulishaanza tukaenda huko. Iko karibu na boda.
Na ukasema mimi ni MC.
Ni mimi ndio huyu bana.
Na nataka yeye.
I'm sure unajua the dad is very cautious, unajua yeye ndio last born.
Right.
So ako very strict on her. How many gigs does he get in a month?
Yeah.
Averagely anaweza kuwa na nini aje? Does he have brains?
Right.
So anauliza my potential, and unajua kuna difference ya potential na actually actualizing that potential.
Right.
Kuna wasa kuna potential na chill tu. So amuuliza, so basically he's asking, is there progress in his life?
Right.
That's what he wants to know.
Right.
And with time yeye mwenyewe akaona venye progress inaenda.
And also the good thing is our families know each other since we were young.
Tangu hizo siku. Primary school days huko.
Yes.
Right.
My mom na mama yake walikuwa hizo machama pamoja. Yes. The mother was my Sunday school teacher.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Na yeye pia alikuwa akikosa. My dad was a church elder, so anakuja counseling kwetu.
Kwa hivyo hii relationship ilianza kitambo.
That's what I was telling you.
So your dad and him are friends?
Yeah. So
but sasa
they've been friends.
Ukirudi sasa unataka mtoto wake.
Stories zinachanganga.
I know your name. I don't know you.
Yes. I've watched a bit of your journey.
Yeah, so it made things at least it isn't the process.
Right.
Yes.
Right. So how is that coming up so far?
So far, so good. The guy proposed.
Yeah, man, on a grand one, man. Hey, you eventually go kali, man. And then pale YouTube mwangalia hiyo kitu. It was quite something, man.
Kujituma.
Yeah.
Na wazee wakakutana. So far so good.
Wedding loading somewhere?
Wedding loading.
It's
wacha sasa tumalizane na mtoto.
Right.
Mtoto huyu alifanya shortcut.
Right.
So yeah.
Fantastic, man. No, congratulations, guys.
Thank
congratulations. And you know, you speak so many things about why we needed to do this show, man. because it's very interesting watching tulianza 8,000 kwa wedding. Na as she said bwana, red card siku hizi iko tofauti. Ako sawa. Corporate space imekubali.
Imekubali kabisa.
Higher weddings zimekubali.
Because the last quarter of the year. Naweza muona hata maybe twice a week.
When you go busy.
Weddings and their parties, staff parties,
right.
you know.
Right.
So it's a very busy season for him. So kama kuna deni yako.
Hiyo ni time kwa kumudai, Hiyo time italipwa, man. Kabisa, man. Kabisa. Looking ahead from your fashion side of things, kuna kaje?
Pia mimi ilifika point where I reached, I felt like nearly outgrow the modeling space, you know. Right. I want to go even, because you know, when I was modeling, I wasn't just going to pose for the photos and that's it.
Right.
I was doing my research. I study how do these people market, where do they get their stock, how do they import if they import, you know, how do they manage their finance, the employees, how do they, you know. I was learning because I'm an entrepreneur by profession. So,
and by training.
And by training.
Correct.
So this is my niche. I have the business knowledge, I have the practical knowledge.
Right.
So right now I have a company.
Right.
And yes, I've started nimeanza import ni launch sija launch.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
And also it got to a point the way I packaged myself, I wasn't just that, you know, I didn't want to seem like a slay queen. As much, you know, unaweza pata dema na kapoa, msham brand ni slay queen. No, I wanted to be different, you know. I wanted to make money, I wanted to look good at the same time, and I wanted to create a brand, you know, put myself out there. And just by doing that, that's how I got to, you know, New York, billboards through Bahati. Out of nowhere, you know, they had so many. What I was told by the Bahati's manager was that they had a list of so many ladies.
No, usiseme nikaa kupitia. Tuambie kidogo. You know, you guys are saying big things and nikaa kupitia. Ati atafungua ndege. New York billboards.
They had a list of so many ladies.
Right.
Waka scrutinize, wakapitia, wakachuja. And then last minute Bahati said, you know what? Kuna kuanga na Mama wa MC Price, sina pia by default, ameni put out there. She looks nice. She's done photo shoots with nice brands, and I think she looked good in this album. So the manager called me, kaniambia, we want to do something with you, and sijui kama utamind. Bahati ame suggest jinako. I was like, oh, Bahati ananijua. So pia kujipackage and putting myself nicely out there, you know. Na si ati ile tumeenda club na snaps, no. This is just a message to girls, you know, my age. Right. Especially between the age of 24 to about 29. You could package your soft life. That is not the branding. The branding is putting your work out there. And you know, just show some seriousness, not showing at leo tuko beach, kesho tuko Dubai, kesho tuko club, ni ma club after club after club. No, just you can be decent, and still sell. You know, I don't know if I'm making sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You can still look nice and decent.
Right.
You see?
Right.
Some people feel like, oh, nikipost chali yangu nitatoka kwa soko. Kwani in fact kupost chali yangu ndo imenipiga points.
Chali yako hapa.
Yeah, imenipiga points. You can see Bahati akisema ati kuna mama wa
Price.
Anakapoa. Unaona? It didn't he worked with me. Me being in a relationship didn't stop me, and he paid me. He paid me well. And of course, your poster kuna vile walikuja na hiyo inspiration. You know, there's this vile wame envision how it will look. At first, I was like, I can't do that. And I told him, hey, Baha, mi najua vision uko nayo na hii picture, but I'm not comfortable with it.
Right.
Na ka respect akasema sawa, unaweza fanya aje? Nikamwambia wewe unataka kitu imeiva, kitu unajua, kitu sexy. We can still do it this way and it will look nice. And we did it. Na ikakaa poa and wakaeka billboards na New York na nikafeel poa, and from there people started taking it seriously. I was called for TV interviews, magazine interviews. At some point, for like almost 3 months, they used to refer to me as Bahati's cover girl, Bahati's cover girl, Bahati's cover girl. But me, I didn't want that.
Right.
I wanted to brand myself.
Right.
As Diana Chacha.
Away from Bahati.
Away from Bahati.
Right. To become a brand by yourself.
Yes, and also away from MC Price.
Right. So you wanted to become an independent brand.
Independent brand.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
So far so good. I'm not yet there.
Right.
But
you're on your way there.
Yes.
Every day you're making progress.
Yes.
And especially as an independent brand, so to speak, within the industry.
At least I can save. I can pay my own rent.
Right.
I can make my hair. I can buy my own things, leisure.
Right.
I can still save.
Right.
Yeah.
From the industry.
From the fashion industry.
And therefore, the fashion industry does pay.
It does. And as we speak, as I've told you,
right,
I'm laying a foundation for a very big fashion house.
So a launch is coming up soon, man. We'd better be on the watch out.
Everything beauty.
Right.
And fashion.
Begins and ends at Diana Chacha. I hope that we'll like a launch, my friend.
Definitely.
Yeah, I hope to touch part of who come in. But as you see her also grow and evolve, you know, men sometimes can be omeshikilia watu wataki wa grow. As you see her grow and become, how do you support her also, Ben? Tell us about
when I met her.
Yep.
Now when we started now kusumbuana, kukatiana, there was a video I saw her doing. She was just doing it on WhatsApp. Not WhatsApp, it was on Instagram, I think. She was doing it. And I looked at her and I sat her down, I told her, there's something greater in you.
Right.
And I remember we were at, it's called what? San Valencia.
Yeah.
And I told her there's something so great in you. I don't know if you've seen it yourself. Because from this, I have seen so much. All you need to do now is, first of all, trust the process.
Right.
Do not be in a rush for it.
Right.
Do not be desperate. When you're desperate, people can use you. Yeah. And as you grow, remember the values. Start with the values. I'm very glad at that time she was closer to size 8. There's some values that were rubbing off on her, so that she grows into. Not wase unasikianga tu Nairobi, unajua Nairobi pale Instagram ukiangalia hivi kuna there are stories about people. Told her the people you can be like the likes of kina, you can be respected like kina Julie Gishuru. Yes, don't just be a girl, a socialite. Don't be a socialite doing nothing. Don't be a socialite doing nothing. You just look nice. You're doing nothing else. And as you go to
your statement of underline
any space you get into, maximize it.
Right.
Maximize it, because the ease of entry into fashion it looks easy. It looks like you can approach any shop hapa hata mwenye kopa kwa kibanda and any, but in every industry there are the people who started it and the people who made it an industry.
Right.
So and I told her, as you grow, you're becoming one of these people who made you've now brought in the space our watu wengine kukam to be able to approach shops, and even some shops didn't think they could do that. Kuna shops zilikuwa zinashanga and they were thinking that this is a lot of money doing what, but then when they sat down they calculated and asema that shop is becoming big because they're using this brand to advertise, to push it.
Right.
And with time, now the industry opened up, and ladies coming up. Right now there are a couple of ladies coming up and they're owning the industry. And it's good when you're not alone. Because when you are alone, you don't have a voice.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
You can't even, your prices, hawezi nini sana, you can't set your prices up. Yes.
Right.
So because now when the others are coming, you are now the A-list. A-list in your industry. You can't be,
standard.
you can't be paid with the same one that is coming up.
Absolutely.
The more the other ones were entry point on a pesa mingi, now they push you up.
Right.
So you should be in a level to continue growing, don't stop. Make sure after this, because there's so many girls who are looking up to you, and even men who are looking up to you, because it's a space where everyone wants to be.
Right.
Tukimit nae followers wake hata venye walikuwa nini, and she needed to organize herself, to package herself, so that when you go to her page, you see this is somebody who is really serious about what.
And you can
but then he really helped me.
Right.
He made a profile for me.
Right.
And he created a rate card for me.
Right.
Corporate.
Right.
You know, casual.
Right.
Yani, he really helped.
Right.
So
right.
These days I can quote confidently, and you know, someone knows my value. I know my value.
Right.
And at the end of the day, I'm happy.
Wow.
So there's some people I meet with wananiambia, hey Dan, I really want you to model for me, or I really want you to market my brand, but when nashuku nitakuwa afford. You see, already I don't look like some, you know.
You profiled yourself already.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Because packaging is everything.
It's everything.
It's everything. Not hapa tumeletewa ice cubes na nini, the ambience.
Right.
Packaging is everything.
Right.
And in her space.
Wanaitwa like keep your cottages, man. Wamecheza kama hao.
So you can't buy this drink. You can't buy it the same price as kwa kibanda. Because there's a lot that has been invested in it.
Right. Into the full experience that we bring. Right.
Even after I did Bahati's album,
right,
I got so many people, wasani, approached me. Okay, I have a song. I was even called from Wasafi. You remember the producer from Wasafi?
Yeah,
Tanzania.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, we want you to do this song. You know, I had to say
no. Yeah.
I'm not a video vixen.
Right.
Yeah.
I took Bahati's album as a platform.
Right.
To open more doors.
Right.
Which it did.
Right.
But I was not a video vixen.
There you go.
Yes.
So you are clear from the word go why you're doing what you're doing.
Exactly.
Yeah, we sat down and we discussed and said this thing.
We saw the pros and cons.
Tukaona what wengi watakuwa approach to do this, but make sure everything you do, you're doing it the best, and itatoka be different.
Right.
So there are a few guidelines we came up with that for her to be in a video.
Right.
And there are only some certain artists who can do it.
Right.
Actually, vile tulikuwa approached Tivo, and then he was standing in as my manager.
Right.
So after that, I only did with only one artist, and that was Otile Brown.
Right.
And I told him, "Aki mimi ni fan wa Otile mbaya.
Right.
Tangu tukue Kisumu.
Right.
So let me just do this one."
Right.
And I was so particular with the manager. Nikamwambia, "Mi kama nafanya video na Otile, niko na masharti. I have to be the only lady in that video.
Right.
Na si wale wenye tumesimama hapo niko hapo kwa Otile. No. The song has to have a storyline.
Right.
So I can be a character.
Right.
And they gave me a song.
Right.
And we did with Otile. And he loved it. And I earned some good money.
There you go.
Yes.
There you go.
But I turned down so many artists.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
You know, you're still turning them down.
I'm still turning them down.
But it's actually the value at the place where she is. You cannot just jump into anything, because some of the things that you associate with will either add value or
take value. Yeah. Absolutely. You know, the more I listen to you guys, the more then I appreciate the fact that then some industries that didn't exist in their form and shape just 5 years ago are clearly forming today.
Yeah.
And they're forming out of people who are just entrepreneurial like yourselves, who see what the gap is in the market, package yourselves to then fulfill that role within the industry, and then begin to define it and nurture other people. And as we said, man, there are many industries that are yet to be created, but they shall be created by people who have the eye for the opportunity, who have got the diligence to send themselves out, who've got the value system to then hold it together, which is pretty much what you've done, man. And I must commend you, because then you've just created another industry just like that, man.
Imagine, who thought that I'd earn money by making my hair?
There you go.
Like a shop just calls me, come, I want to make your hair. and pay you.
Right.
Use your image and pay you.
And we advertise our business in here.
Imagine, so girls out there, you've used your body, but you've not slept with anyone to make the money.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So you just capitalize on what is available and make the most out of it. You will live comfortably. Not a lavish lifestyle as what you want. You know, kila mtu akona desire yake. It comes pole pole, a step at a time.
Yep.
But whatever you have, maximize it.
He said trusting the process.
Yes.
I think that's what I heard him say. Man.
Yes, trusting the process.
And even listening to yours, I think innovation sometimes is doing the same thing differently. And when you look at what you've done for the corporate space, I think, we've had the gigs, but differently.
Yeah.
Yes, because when I realized there's that opportunity, and we sat down also with Njau, and at the same time, we were talking about the COVID era.
Yes.
We had to think of how are we going to do something for the industry. The same clients, they could not meet. We packaged it right, and I sent them proposals again. I said we used to dance around and but we have experience in TV. I have experience in dealing with an audience that is not here. Let's do virtual
Days
events.
of crossover.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. So crossover now came in at that time. Now the experience now comes in here. I'm proposing for companies. Let's do virtual event. This is how we will do it.
Right.
I will stand here. We'll have some music here. If they're from home, wherever they will, they will have the same experience like they were here. We will play games together at the same time. So we sent it out to a couple of corporates, and they came back and said, leta your virtual lab, leta your virtual lab. So in that year when there was COVID, towards the end, yenye tulikuwa tumesema bana hii mwaka sasa ikiisha hii sasa we are not doing events, what will we do? Now we started eating the virtual events.
Right. Wow. Story is just absolutely amazing, man. Absolutely. Absolutely amazing. And folks, I hope you understand why we did this show. This particular one, man, dedicating it to all of you out there that say, we're not sure where we're going to find it and all of that stuff, man. You had their story, man. They built it from scratch. They built it kwa kujituma, man. Ulianza na Sunday school. Sunday school, my friend. He's now a great corporate MC, wedding MC. No, but ni zile za.
Seti tunakataa pesa kidogo. It depends.
Ni space mnapatia wengine.
Ni space napewa wengine na pia there are some clients, sometimes weddings are very personal.
Right.
In future, when this 20 years when they're looking at that video, you will be there. You'll always be part of their
the event.
You will always be part of their life.
Right.
Forever.
Right.
And so I come out tumeongea tu vizuri. There are some weddings mimi naenda tunafanya.
Right.
Yeah, especially if I am available, I'll just do, and it's not about the money, and because of that sentimental to me.
Yeah, it's a sentimental thing, man.
Yeah, lakini sio ati nafanya zote. Unajua hata kampuni
inachaguanga CSR ni gani? We can't make everything CSR bwana. Itakuwa ngumu.
Na pia wezi zichukua juu hao wengine pia lazima pia wachukue.
Tuwatie space yao pia. I mean, you've got to allow them too.
Yes.
Kabisa, man.
Exactly.
Kabisa, man. Your final word to wonderful ladies that are seeking to build in this industry, whichever the industry. 2 things that you found very valuable in your journey that you'd want to share.
One thing is prayer. I'm not spiritual, but I've learned the importance of being close to God. Yes. God can open doors that no man can explain. Yes. So the first thing is when you feel like you're in defeat or you feel like things aren't going as you wish, just turn back to God. He will always make a way. Yes. And sometimes he likes to teach me about waiting.
Right.
Sometimes you're in a season of waiting.
Right.
So just be patient and continue trusting. And still, ukitrust, bado unajituma.
Unajituma. Kujituma nao ni lazima.
Kujituma nao ni lazima.
Right.
Whether you're an 8 to 5.
Right.
You do your job diligently. You make sure you stand out so that someone can be able to notice you. And if you're also to industry, entertainment, fashion, music, whatever, still do something. Don't wait for someone to pick you out. Just do something to stand out.
And Dan, I can't thank you enough for showing up on this show, man.
Thank you so much.
And just making the time for us, man.
Thank you so much.
Honored that you'd come through.
Thank you.
Hii lazima iko nipatie hata ya kujituma.
Ulijituma. Sisi tunajituma.
Sisi wote lazima tujituma. Price, man.
Yes.
Man, take us home and take this thing home, man.
There's space for everybody. The cake is there for everybody. Do not feel like you need to step on somebody, as in take out somebody for you to get into that space.
Right.
And never feel threatened. The more you advance, the more you try to and innovate. Like, I know a guy, even in the fashion industry, what you create now creates other things. Like, let's say I put here a stadium. I put a stadium. The footballers coming in, but there are shops and hotels coming all around it. Like now the girls, when they are taking photos, they are doing reels. Do you know there's somebody who earns from their reels, from shooting their reels? There's somebody else who earns from their makeup. There's somebody who else who earns from styling.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
And there's the photographer also. So
actually, every trade is an ecosystem.
Yes.
There are many value chains that circle around it, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whatever you have, whatever you're good at, there's basically a way that thing can become an industry in itself.
Right.
And the faster you do it, and you put it's called what you put something, you put it at the center and build like pillars all around it.
Right.
Yes. Now everybody will come in with your rules. All right. Yes. So there's space for everyone, and there's space for your craft.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Please know there's space for your craft. People want very, very weird things out here, and you might think yours is weird and it cannot sell. But trust me, maybe you are selling to the wrong people.
I have an example.
Go ahead. Yes.
Sorry. I have an example of what I meant by God can do something that you just don't understand. For example, in his case, he was just an influencer for a men's shop, dressing in his events, and that's it. The shop had its models.
Right.
It's not a model.
Right.
So many models by there. They all look nice. They're well-known people in the industry. But one time when the PR team was sitting down to decide on who is going to be on the billboard, they chose him.
Right.
And he earned from it. And it also leveled him up.
Right.
Yeah. Shout out to Mwasi Maluli.
Yeah.
Your billboard imenisaidia kwa corporate boardrooms. Unaingia hivi unasema I saw you on billboard. Sasa you know the red card. Shout out to Mwasi Maluli. Thank you so much.
So you see something like that.
Right.
Favor just located him.
Right.
They overlooked all the models.
Right.
And they
picked on him.
Yeah, they picked on him.
Right.
So yeah.
He answers prayers in different ways.
Exactly.
Yes. There we go.
And
there
also
we
your
go.
craft can also support somebody else. Like I remember time of COVID,
right,
when I used to shoot,
when
a brand reaches out, I tell them I'm coming, but I have my own photographer.
Right.
That photographer one day opened up and told me, where hujui vile uliniokolea time ya COVID.
There you go.
Because we did like about 5 or 6 fashion houses with him.
Right.
Yes.
But can I tell you one of the things, as I bring this show to a close, man, one of the things that I think I have loved a lot about you guys is the fact that then your journey has not been about you. If there's something you very consciously talked about, is just your quest to raise others.
Yeah.
And it is absolutely beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful, man. The number of guys who probably will watch this show and say, for sure, Price Ndiali nifungulia stage.
No.
And this is you, man, saying, photographer wangu tafadhali. I want to keep building this man up. And etc, man. I mean, you have a heart to raise other people. And I suspect people who have your heart can only go one way and can only be going up.
Amen.
Because, man, I mean, when you carry others also, when the journey is not just purely just about you, but you are conscious about others and deliberately just saying, I want to raise them up. I think nature has a way, and even God has a way of just rewarding and keeping you going up so that then you can keep raising others up, man. Keep that heart going, man, and I want to celebrate that particularly. And I thought, man, I can't finish the show without talking about that because, I mean, it is just loud in your journeys. It is just loud in everything you've said. And I admire people like that have got hearts like yours, man.
Thank you.
Yeah?
Be a humble.
Keep it going, man. Keep it going. Well, folks, man, beautiful things almost all have to come to an end. And, man, I have absolutely enjoyed this conversation. And I said, this is about you, man. And they have said it. Our guests have said it enough times. Your craft can make a way for you. And ukijituma, my friend, if you can keep building the right networks, there are industries that never existed 5 years ago that are waiting to be created by people just like you. And you've got to just rise up and believe on the inside of you that you carry an industry, my friend. And it's not about white collar jobs all the time. You've got to realize that then you could be that employer. You could be the founder of an industry. And some of the things that keep burning on the inside of you, if you can just allow yourself to set up a stage, begin to become them. Stop just hoping it could be, but begin kujituma, my friend. Never matters how small the beginnings could be. The end of a matter at times is much greater than the beginning. And I just want to challenge you, and I hope today has inspired you enough to understand that then you can begin it, you can be it, you can keep building the right relationships and the networks, and keep on kujituma, kujituma, kujituma. And over time, man, you find yourself there, man. I want to encourage you, begin it right about today. Don't even wait for tomorrow, man. Begin now. I mean, I've heard you, Uliziandika kept writing the notes and EDC. Man, just get it going. Look for the right associations. Jitume, serve under other people. They will teach you a thing or two. And keep on going, my friend. And from the Goldmine Show, we wish you the very best. 5 years from today, we might be celebrating the industry that you will have launched. And what a joy shall have been for us just to come and celebrate and launch you as you go into it, man. Well, until next time, I want to wish you all of God's blessings. And I want to keep reminding you to become the greatness that you truly are. Don't you look down on it. It might just be the next big thing if you can keep on going. Don't forget to subscribe to the Goldmine Show on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, and everywhere else. And also, man, remember to follow Diana Chacha.
Chacha, and subscribe to my YouTube channel.
There we go.
Yeah, we have awesome content.
Absolutely, man. And
at MC Price Kenya.
Yeah.
In all the platforms.
There we go, man.
Yes.
Until next time, keep working the greatness. God bless you. And see you next time.